I don't have time. So this came from Bridget's statement yesterday, and another person said, I don't have time. I would, but I don't have time. So look at that graphic. I don't have time. Everyday brain for everyday life. I would, but I don't have time. Later, no time, push it off. I don't have time. But you got time for that. You got a lot of time. Looks like you got a lot of time for a lot of immediate gratification. Good morning, Daisy. So you do have time for something, just not something of value. So you have time. Let me come back on camera. You do have time. You have a lot of time. There we go. Fire already. Fire and desire. Hebb's law. I think I got a little bit more. No. There we go. Close enough. Okay. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to be starting a TikTok course and it's not really a course. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Bridget. Good morning. So I'm doing some more thinking. Good morning. And I'm doing some more thinking. And here's what's happening. People are on TikTok and then they have to go to Instagram to do the 7-day free trial. And so it's probably about a 50% failure rate on the 7-day free trial. And it needs to be designed that way so that people will see how comfortable their brains have been wired. So what I decided yesterday with Nola and Chat is I'm going to do an 8-day neuro rep strengthening personal accountability over here on TikTok. So you can be on TikTok. You get done. If TikTok allows me to set it up how I want to set it up. So in theory, it's going to work. So I used to have a 30-day PA challenge, personal accountability challenge, where you listen to an audio and then you did the PA for the day. And then you came back and said, what happened before, during, and after. And now done is added into it. Now, the reason why it's only going to be 8 days is because I conducted an experiment last summer and it takes 8 days to create a neural pathway. And the foundation for becoming excellent is actually, this is going to drive me bonkers. Okay. It's 8 days to a neural pathway of personal accountability, because that's the problem. This can't get done because of a lack of personal accountability. And the number one principle for leadership is to hold yourself and others personally accountable. So the reason why the failure rate is 50% on Instagram is because of a lack of personal accountability. So if you're not being personally accountable, you're not going to be able to make it through the 7-day neural reps, because personal accountability is being responsible and accountable for all that you do and all that you fail to do. And so it hit me yesterday. The untrained brain doesn't have a point of reference of what personal accountability is. So by the time they get to Instagram, it's okay that they don't respond to my message after I tell them what to do. It's okay to get to day 3 and then don't show back up. It's okay to get to level 1 and I show the chart that says level 2 and get the level 2 invite and then never come back because of a lack of personal accountability. So people like TikTok, people want to stay on TikTok. So you can start on TikTok. I'm running a test experiment to see, because you don't know about personal accountability. And excellence is not a standard for everyday people. That's the other issue, is that like my skirts and my heels used to be, my heels still are back in the day, high, there are no standards for the everyday person. So the everyday person can just survive. And that's why I don't have time for it. This is what the everyday person is doing. Going to a job, not really doing a good job at job, phoning it in, coming home, giving the kids a tablet, the grandkids a tablet, go to some little stupid ass sports that kids suck at, and then watch Netflix and chill and then go to sleep. That's what's happening. And so here, on one of the most unaccountable social media platforms to date, that's what's going to happen. So I'm not calling it a course. It's a course under TikTok, but it's an 8-day get your neural pathway straight. So your personal accountability neural pathway has to be established, or nothing else will work. Nothing else will work. If you are accustomed to not being personally accountable, you're going to fail on Instagram. So I got new information in. I'm like, wow. People like first day, second day, nothing. Crickets. And I don't, as the leader now, I used to follow up with people, but I don't follow up with anybody anymore. That's not what I'm doing. I am the standard by which excellence is measured, not the stabilizer. So that's not my job, because we all got 86 billion neurons. But as an educator, I want people to be successful. So I have to assess, where is the stoppage? That's how we ended up with Brain Anything, because people couldn't successfully. There's an 85% to 90% failure rate in all of my RL programs, because people couldn't hold themselves personally accountable for 365 consecutive days. It didn't seem like a lot to me. That's how I ended up with 30-day challenges and so on and so forth. And now we are at this iteration of, okay, 7 days. So you can feel what a neural rep feels like, because you can't describe it. It's like trying to describe being pregnant to somebody who's never been pregnant before. You just going to have to be pregnant to understand. So you just going to have to start doing the neural reps, so you will know where your brain is, because you took your brain with you everywhere you went for your entire life. Somebody the other day asked me about how long something's going to take. And I said, how comfortable is your brain? Because that's how long it's going to take. How comfortable and how in survival mode are you? Because if you are risk averse, it's going to take a long time. You're going to have a bunch of restarts. If you had a low standard for your existence, then it's going to take you longer than somebody who had a better standard. If you got about 3 successes in your life, then yeah, you're going to be on Instagram for a minute. You're going to keep paying $9.99 over there on Instagram to get to 30 consecutive days. That's what you're going to pay for that, or you're going to pay in another way with your real life every day. You're going to end up paying with your time, your dime, and your mind, one way or another. The question is, are you going to pay for it in survival mode, or are you going to pay for it in excellence mode? Your choice, your money, your time, your dime, but you're going to pay for it neurologically every single day for the rest of your life. It's up to you. That's why I start saying now, your brain is a DIY project. It is under construction. Now, what are you building? What you building? A kimchi hut? Or are you building a doggone skyscraper from here to the galaxy? You building something, or you deteriorating, one or the other. That's what's taking place. So between today and tomorrow, I will put that together, because I got to download some things off of YouTube, selectively pick the PA videos, audios, because there's 510 of them. So I got to scroll it and scroll it and scroll it. I will strategically pick 8 that I know will wire the neural pathway to personal accountability and strengthen and stretch you. Because that's the thing. I know, Jared, it's 3 playlists. There's 510 of them alone. I'm like that, okay? I'm like that. So y'all go get to it at level 4. Don't worry about it. It's enough content to go around for everybody. The point is that everyday people are not used to high standards. I like that quote. You paying with your time, your dime. Yes, that is actually a Dr. Donna quote, and it's somewhere on one of my one of my graphic platforms. I think it's on Graphotography on Pixar. Is there somewhere? Or it's in a video. That's why it came to my remembrance very quickly. So you paying for it. So I'm attempting to be as available for people as possible to get the untrained brain. And so my whole objective is, I know how the brain functions. I know how the untrained brain does not function. And as a result of that, how do you get around Amy and Lala? How do you get around those somatic markers? How do you get around survival brain, social conformity theory, social judgment theories, the isms and the biases and all of that? How do you do that in stealth mode, so that you can start to understand this untrained brain with as little friction as possible early on, and then I will add friction as you grow up in these levels, because grow continually is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. Now, this is open to anybody who wants to do it. If you are already in level 1 and you want level 3, level 4, whatever, you just want to do it just to see what it is, by all means, you are welcome to do it. It's like extracurricular, those electives when you go to school. It's an elective for people that are already in the system. But people that are not, how do you go ahead and dip your toe into excellence, brain excellence? What does that look like for you? And so currently, it's a hypothesis, it's a test. So that's what Nola and I and Chat developed yesterday, because Chat was like, you can make a whole bunch of new. I'm like, Chat, I got 12,700 YouTube videos. I ain't got to make a new video. I can make a course at the blink of an eye, okay? Don't need to make no more content. Got it? And just keep adding to it. So I'm good. Let's just go to one of these playlists, download these videos out of YouTube, and turn it into a course. That's why it could be done so quickly. So I didn't waste my time, even though my mama said you can't make no money doing that. So the point is that is what is actually taking place. So that will be in place between today and tomorrow if TikTok cooperates. If not, I will make adjustments, but there has to be a pre. And so what if basic training is level 1? When I joined the Army Reserves when I was in high school, we used to all come together with the recruiters and the other recruits on Saturdays, and we would talk about drill and ceremony, do push-ups and all these things we can expect when we go into basic training. So that falls in line with that. I need to be, it's the prep. Personal accountability is the foundation for everything. You're not going to be able to go from survival brain to excellent brain without being personally accountable day in and day out. And I know that it takes 8 days to create a neural pathway. Like I said, I conducted the experiment, 4 different experiments last summer to ensure, and 4 different real principles of real leadership to ensure that that's what is taking place. So you need that neural pathway first before you can start strengthening your brain. You got to be personally accountable first, and now you can start working on everyday neural reps for your prefrontal cortex. Because if that is not there, they say which came first, the chicken or the egg. So hold yourself and others personally accountable has to come first in order for people for that. Because I want that failure number on level 1 on Instagram to basically be like 10-15%, because there's always going to be some people like, yeah, I don't want to do this. But 50 is probably about 57%. That's a little bit too high for what it actually is. So now I have to look at, okay, is it the system? What can I do neurologically? What has to take place? Because ABIing is something that I'm always doing, which is always be improving. And because my lab is the world, I can improve in real time. I ain't got to wait to go get approval from somebody or somebody else. I can say, okay, this is what it needs, because it's all about excellence from start to finish. So that's what will be taking place between today and tomorrow. Again, as TikTok has said it, we've done the research. It appears that this is going to work. So we're going to see. if it doesn't, it will not be a part on me, chat, and Nola's part. It will be on TikTok's part. But we will find a way, because the principles of real leadership that match this, if it stops working, is persevere during times of adversity, swim upstream, can makes the impossible possible, failure is not an option, quitters never win, and remove obstacles, go above and beyond, set and maintain high standards, and be the best are all there for me to ensure that this gets done. Good morning. Kia, what I'm about to say. Let's see if you have made it to Dr. Donna mind reading level yet. What I'm about to say to you, Kia. Let's see. And remember, you're supposed to, you need to put your brain thought ellipse before you respond. What is Dr. Donna about to say to Kia? No, I did it. Go check. And then you put the brain after. Go check. Go check and come back. And let's see who's correct. I am perimenopausal. I do receive a lot of submissions from people. But let's see. Because you just got one thing to do. I got like 99,000. So you go check. You go check. So I don't have time. You got triggered. What I'm about to say about that? What I'm about to say about that? Anybody want to help Kia in this moment? What I'm about to say about her being triggered? Lacey, you knew, but you true. What I'm about to say to Kia about being triggered? Anyone want to help your brain battle buddy out? Give her a lifeline. What am I about to say? So help me so I don't have to say it. What am I going to say to Kia now? She got triggered. That's all me. I wanted to remove my distractions, so I deleted it, Facebook and Insta. I don't care. What am I about to say? Hey, what you can do, Kia, Go ahead, Bridget. She didn't let her damn amygdalae take over. So what you can do, Kia, is you can set up a whole new account that's just devoted to you going from an untrained brain to an excellent brain. That's right. So if you deleted all that, set up a new account. Set up a new account. That's what this is a sign of. If you deleted that because you got triggered, that's your ACC coming online doing conflict error detection. It's saying something ain't, this a mismatch. It's a mismatch. So go ahead and set up a whole new account that only you have and no one knows that is you. What system do you have in place to detect where it's coming from and what processes to evolve it? It's not a system, it's the brain. When you strengthen your prefrontal cortex, that's why Bridget said Amy and Lala, because that's the left and right amygdala. You're going to start feeling it. Your actual brain, your prefrontal cortex is going to come online and start running shit again. And then all of the brain regions are going to do what they were designed neurologically to do when you strengthen your brain. Jared, I was waiting for you to answer. You made me come to the front of the class. Yep, that's what everybody always waiting on Jared to answer. Everybody like, Jared got it, Jared got it. All right, yeah, Doc, I got it. Now they're like, uh-oh. So it's time for you to start a whole new account because you're working on a whole new brain. You're getting out of survival mode. So if you got triggered on Instagram and Facebook, that means all that was associated with those accounts got to go. Fruit of the poisonous tree is what they call it in the criminal justice world. I tapped my way out of the room. So that's what's taking place. So the more neural reps you do, Bridget and Jared have been around since last year, your brain is going to start braining. Now that's a technical term, and that's excuses, which are reasons wrapped up in excuses. That's a Dr. Donna dictionary. So your brain is going to start braining. Very technical term based in neuroscience, braining. Not to just brain, but to braining. ING means continuously it's going to be braining. Write that down. Take a note. Yes. So the brain will start braining. Just like the math ain't mathing, but the brain will be braining when you strengthen it on a daily basis, and you will be able to identify it. And that's what Bridget and Jared are able to do now because they know how their brain functions. They understand the principles of real leadership. So they're navigating through their day-to-day life differently. Yes, neural networking. Exactly. They are working neurons that fire together, wire together, and stay together. If you don't do that motivation shit, which is fizzle and sizzle. So if you're not looking at phasic dopamine every day and you start looking at tonic dopamine every day, that's that stable dopamine. That's that good. I got that good over here. That's that neuroplasticity over here. Everybody want to know what other stuff that, hey, where that neuroplasticity at? Y'all got some of that over here? I'm looking for the neuroplasticity. I heard that'll get you right. Yes, it will. Every day. That tonic dopamine is the business. I need a new system while fasting because my brain is loopy. No, you do not. No, you do not. That is improper. Can makes the impossible possible. So what you're going to do, Kia, is rewrite that sentence. You're going to rewrite that sentence because that is survival brain right there. Can makes the impossible possible is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. How you going to get on here? I done had a whole damn crown and doggone bridge put in my mouth and only took a Tylenol and been on live the next day. That's a little bit harder than fasting. Lola is fasting now for Ramadan for the whole month. And she is on lives on YouTube every single day. And she out there building houses. So no, we're not doing that. You retype that sentence like a real leader. That's unacceptable over here. Okay. So everyday brain for everyday life. I don't have time. And let me go back and show my graphic again while I have a captive audience of 11. I don't have time. I ain't got time for no neuro reps, Dr. Donna. Ain't nobody got time to be reading, writing, and arithmeticking. Look at me. I'm busy. I'm over here in my comfortable chair with my feet on my table. You know they got to be living by themselves. Because Lazy J, ain't no way they living at their mama's house with them damn sneakers on the coffee table. Ain't no way. They are single and they are living at home. I mean, living by themselves. And they are living for the moment. Look at all that shit that's bad for the brain. Ain't nothing over there good for the brain right now. Not and their thing on here is good for the brain. Talking about, I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time. All right, let's unpack this. And this came from people's responses yesterday. I ain't got time. I don't have time. I don't have time. All right, let's see why you ain't got no time. Neurologically. So what I don't have time really means, based upon a neuroscience, he should pick up that pen and paper on his desk and make notes on our lives. Exactly. I'm going to show my son. Jared, you want me to send it to you? I can send it to you you want me to send it to you? I can send it to you on Instagram, and that way you can download it. If you want me to send it to you, you'll have the original. I haven't put the proper system in place so I can stay consistent with my reps. Okay, here's what you're going to do, Kia. What time do you wake up in the morning? Yeah, message me on Instagram right now because, we both over 50. If you don't, I forget. I got a whole nother live after this. So send me a message on Instagram right now. Kia, what time you wake up in the morning? Kia, what time you wake up in the morning? 4:20. What time you walk out the door? That's funny. Haha, 4:20. You got an exit to the door time? Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. 5:30 to 6, depending on what hospital. Okay, bet. Because you got important work to do, I'm going to support you with this one strategy because we need you in the doggone heart room and the brain room, okay, in operations. Set your alarm clock for 4:20, and after you go pee, do your neuro rep. For the next 7 days, starting tomorrow. Set your alarm clock. Now set a reminder on your phone so when you get back home, if you're working today, if you're not, go ahead and set your alarm for 4:15. And as soon as you pee, wash your hands, do your neuro rep. Turn it in. 7 days. Done. See? You got it? Confirm it. Get it done. Get it done. The work you need to do is too fucking important for you to be fucking around right now. Okay? Greater than yourself. Get rid of all of the shit that's stopping you. If all that shit was a distraction, set up a new account. Message me and say, this is my new account. Got it. Roger that. Okay. No problem. I can do that and I will. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Believe in yourself is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. All right. Jared, did you message me? Note to self. Right. Jared, did you message me on Instagram? Because I will forget. And not because it's not important, but because I got to get this TikTok 8-day neuro rep. You did, Bridget? Okay, got it. Thank you. All right. What I don't have time really means based upon neuroscience. When someone says, I don't have time. I ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got time. The brain is actually saying, and I speak brain, okay? I'm a braintologist. And so here, I'm going to interpret it. If you ever watch Key and Peele, when Obama was in office and Key used to do he was Luther, the interpreter. This is what's happening. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. That's what you think you're saying. But what the brain is saying is, this feels uncomfortable. 7 days. You want me to get up at 4:15? You want me to do 60 seconds of a neuro rep? What the hell is a neuro rep? I don't want to do this. You said 7 days. And it's free. 7. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of effort. You want 7 consecutive days. Like they got it when you say consecutive. You mean in order, like it behind each other, consecutive day, 7 whole consecutive. You talking a whole week? You talking a whole week of 60-second neuro reps? Woo, that feel like a lot. That's like a lot. That's like a lot. Like woo, that's like 7 whole minutes across a 119-hour week. 7 minutes? You want 1 minute a day in a 17-hour day. You want 1 minute. Yeah. That sounds like a lot. Sound like a whole minute? Like it can't be like 15 seconds. Like what about 30 seconds? A whole minute in a 17-hour day. That's a lot, Doc. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. That's a lot. This does not produce immediate reward. So what's gonna happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna happen? I do the rep, and then what? Like, because you used to work at Frito-Lay, you sending me some chips? Am I getting a donut, a cronut? Were you always talking about them red velvet cupcakes? What I'm gonna get after day one? What I'm gonna get? Because if I gotta devote a minute to it, 60 seconds, that's a lot. That's a lot to be asking for somebody in a 17-hour day. So I'm going to need something. I'm going to need something immediately after, like at the 2 seconds after the 60 seconds, I'm going to need some type of something. Like, am I going to get a daily certificate? I'm going to get a badge. I'm going to get a screenshot of you saying day one, you my day one. Is that what's going to happen? Because I'm going to need something for that minute. That's what's going to happen. I don't know how to organize this. Kia said, I don't know where to put in my day. Kia, what time you wake up? 4:20. Wake up at 4:15. Go pee, wash your hands, and do the 60-second neuro rep. For the next 7 days, you get up 5 minutes earlier. 5 minutes ain't going to make a damn difference. At 4:20 is early as hell. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Fucking 5 minutes one way or another ain't going to make a difference. When you went to sleep and it was dark, you woke up, Jerry gets up early too, and it's still dark. Daisy does too. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. So now I told y'all, I got a system and a strategy for everything. I got a whole video that says how to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and how long it takes you. If you don't wake up naturally at 4 o'clock in the morning, it takes you up to 90 days to start waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I actually got a video of a system to tell you how to start waking up earlier, all the way up to 4 o'clock in the morning. If you need getting up at 7, you want to start getting up at 5, the system works. So I got a whole video telling you how to wake up early over time. So now you're saying, yeah, this don't produce immediate rewards. I don't know how to organize this, or I'm avoiding cognitive friction because that's what everybody's doing. That's why these neuro reps is taking people out. And not taking them out like that, but they're like, the instructions, y'all. Lacey, you over here. Desmond, I don't know if you over here this morning, but the instructions is taking people. I'm ready. I'm ready, Dr. Donna. I'm ready. Okay. Here go the damn instructions. Crickets. I just sent the instructions. You didn't even try. And the first thing you got to do, this take people out too. Name your brain. Is the first neuro rep on the free trial on this. Name your brain. People name their pets. People name their cars. People name a bunch of shit. You got a name. You got a username that ain't your government name. Simple as shit. Name your brain. Gone. Got it. People will say, I understand the instructions. Name your brain. Ain't heard from folks. Name your brain, because your cognition is saying, I don't know my fucking brain. I can't say, I ain't never even met my brain before. How am I going to name something I ain't never seen before? I can't touch. I ain't had a conversation with my brain. I don't know them people over there. Them not my people. That's how it feels like. Name my brain. Name my brain? What the fuck is wrong with her? She doing some Hannibal Lecter shit over here. Name my brain. And that's it. Jerry said, Amy and Lala want to stay in the sunken place, aka the comfort zone. Yes. Something as simple as that. Now, y'all done seen me and I'm like, name your brain took you out. Hence, hold yourself personally accountable here on TikTok. Get you 8 days to get something going. You know, it's like that old car that been in the backyard, the one with 4 flat tires. You don't even remember what's wrong with it no more. So you starting to and smoke and shit is coming out. That's people's brain. That's what's happening. They over here like, come on, brain, think of things. Come on, brain, think of things. That old TikTok song. I'm like, you can't name your brain. So you're avoiding cognitive friction. Naming your brain is creating cognitive fiction. Naming your brain. Just naming your brain. That's it. So this ain't a clock problem. This is a prefrontal cortex training problem. Because they got time. To quote Prime, and I don't talk about it much, I got time today. Ain't got no time. You do. Everybody does. Stick around. I got time today. You ain't got no time. You got time to do all this other shit. But you can't name your brain. You can't name your brain. I mean, and come on, somebody to help me understand that. Because y'all know I'm at the Galaxy. But in my head, as an educator, I'm like, name your brain so you'll know who you talking to in this process. Name your brain. Name your brain. And then you'll start naming other things. That's why Jared knows Lazy J versus Jay the Finisher. If Jared does something unaccountable, he says that was Lazy J doing that. And Bridget said it. Amy and Lala over here, immediate gratification. So you can start to identify why you doing what you don't need to do. Because it's stopping you from being excellent. That's why you got to name it and claim it. So if you name your brain, and now you know, that's why I have the opposite in most of the brain regions that we talk about. If you being personally accountable, Miss Brenda Jones going to show up in the ACC. If you doing some unaccountable ass shit, it's Becky with the good hair. Because everybody knows somebody like that. She the fun babysitter that's going to let you tear the house up. Emotional dysregulation is rampant. Exactly. And now you know what that is. Yes, I need to differentiate that version, that version versus the leader version of myself. Exactly. Separate the two. Lazy J got to get out the way. Mine is Dee Dee from the D. Don't try me. I'm Dr. D now. I got Captain Thomas, and I got Donna from Frito-Lay, and then Dr. Donna. Go stand in the corner, Bridget. You know when you stand in the corner of your house, you get a better signal. Not stand in the corner as the teacher is putting her in the corner. But she get to go stand up there. So that's what's happening. So you can't name your brain. What can I do with that if you can't name your brain? That's your brain. That's your brain. You can name every fucking player on the football team. You can name every damn lipstick at Sephora, Ulta, and MAC. But you can't name your brain. You can name top shelf liquor and bottom shelf. You got a VSOP, Remy Martin, blah, 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 to Mad Dog 2020 and everything in between. You can put concoctions together, cocktails. If you drink this and bite the hair of the dog that bit you the next morning and everything else, you got every Jordan from the Jordan ones from 1984 until the ones that just came out last month in a storage unit. But you can't name your brain. Wild Irish Rose. My grandmother, I think I told y'all this. My grandmother died of cirrhosis of the liver. She used to drink a fifth of Wild Irish Rose every day and made it to 53. A fifth of Wild Irish Rose. Walking me and my sister up to the store every day. Wow. A day. My grandfather was a drunk. And when she died, he never drank again. Never got married again and never drank again. Never. He used to have seizures because he was drunk so bad. And we watch him sit there. My grandmother put that pencil on his tongue while he was foaming at the mouth. Yeah, interesting life. So yeah, you avoid that cognition, that friction. So what's happening in the untrained brain? I'm glad you asked. The amygdala, left and right, amygdalae, are the threat detectors. And so they see effort as stress. Homeboy over here ain't stressed out at all. I come in, imagine me walk in that room and say, hey, yo, homie, why don't you name your brain? The fuck? That's not happening. See challenges as potential failure. You said you want me to do what? Name my brain. Nah, I ain't gonna be successful at that. You might actually have to put the tablet and the phone down. Sends avoid signals. Everything about this graphic says, do not bother me, and I'm going to avoid it. The Amy and Lala are like, threat, threat, threat. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. That's no brainer. So the ACC is the error detector. That's Becky with the good hair. Detects difficulty. So you saying, I'm going to have to log out of TikTok. I'm going to have to get out of TikTok and go on to Instagram. Today? Every day. So you want me on the gram for 7 days. You want me to go on Instagram for every day for 7 days. But can I still go back to TikTok? Can I? Yeah, I don't know about that. Feels the friction. Yeah, see, I ain't really got my look together for the gram. You know, if you're on the gram, you got to be like that. No, you're not. Nobody's going to see what you're posting. It's not going to be in the feed. It's going to be in the DMs. You know, shit. Oh, hey, you know what? I like you in that red lipstick. What we doing in the DM? No, we're not doing that either. Okay? Label it as too much. You're doing too much. Like, why you got to name your brain? I don't even know my brain. Like, I ain't never seen my brain before. Why would I name something I ain't never seen before? It's registering my likes and comments, but I can't hear or see. Okay. Go back out and come back in, Bridget. You might need to update your app. So it labels it as too much. And then you got the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. That's supposed to be the executive control doing strategies, but it's underactive. And so instead of Miss Darlene, it's Janice. So it should organize, it should prioritize, and it should sequence the task, but it's fatigued or untrained. And most of the time, it's simply untrained. It never got trained. So instead of, let me schedule that, the brain says, I don't have time. It automatically says, I don't have time. It didn't look to see what could be modified. In Kia's case, wake up 5 minutes early. That's why it's only 60 seconds to get you going. I don't have time. First, that's the default. I don't have time. I don't have time. So here goes some everyday examples. You had time to scroll. Half the videos on TikTok is longer than a minute. You had time to scroll. You had time to respond to text messages. You had time to take the videos that you was watching on TikTok and send them to other people. And then wait for them to send you a message back. I know that's your funny as hell. Can you believe that? You got time to go back and forth. Easiest route, the predictable, safest, survivalist route. You telling the truth, I know. You had time to watch Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Tubi, Crackle, HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, ESPN, Fox News, CNN, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast. You had time to watch all of that and a couple YouTube videos too. But you didn't have time to read 10 pages or read for 15 minutes, because reading is fundamental is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. You ain't had time for that. You did not. You didn't have time to exercise for 15 minutes. You did not. But you watch people dance for 30 minutes. You didn't have that hard conversation. That conversation that you've been avoiding since 1972. You ain't had that conversation yet. Can't have that, but you was on the phone talking shit for 3 hours. You was at the barbershop for 2 hours and you got a bald head. You shaved your head and then went to the barbershop and talked shit for 3 hours. Build the thing. Ain't built nothing at all to call your own. Not one doggone thing. Nothing at all. But you had time to go watch somebody else build their stuff. You had time for all of that. But you didn't have 60 motherfucking seconds to name your brain, to breathe. You ain't have 60 seconds to wipe off a counter. None of that. You ain't have 60 seconds for that at all. Your brain been with you your whole life and you can't give it 60 motherfucking seconds for 37 consecutive days. Okay, the issue is not minutes because it's only a minute. You can't even microwave a bag of popcorn in 60 seconds. You can't microwave a bag of I don't give a fuck what microwave you got. You ain't getting that bag popped at 60 seconds. It's not happening. It take 30 seconds for the bag to just unfold. A bag of pop. You can't go to the bathroom unless you live in a studio apartment. You can't go to the bathroom, pee and wash your hands and come back in 60 seconds. A bodily function gonna take you longer than 60 seconds. So the issue is not minutes. It's not. The issue is, watch this, dopamine preference over friction avoidance. You want phasic dopamine 24/7, 365, and 366 on leap year. Look at him. Let me just flip it around so everybody can see. This is phasic dopamine at its finest. Ain't nobody talking about cognitive overload right now. Ain't nobody talking about, I'm overstimulated. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat all this popcorn and these chips and this donut and this soda with this coffee when I get a little tired. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of that. I don't know. It's just a lot. This look like a lot. This look like a whole lot. It's a whole lot of phasic immediate dopamine. And when I'm coming up, I'm talking about friction. So here come Amy and Lala talking about, I'm trying to threaten them. I'm trying to rain on their parade. I'm over here. Have fun. It's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. I'm actually not doing that because that ain't fun. That's doggone, that's a pulmonary embolism waiting to happen. That's cholesterol and gout and high blood pressure and diabetes and all other kind of shit on that table. The comfort zones puts limits on our lives. That's a lot. And I'm talking about name your brain for 60 seconds. See how that's cognitive dissonance? That shit don't make no damn sense. So it's a dopamine preference versus a friction avoidance. So the dopamine truth. The untrained brain prefers immediate reward. I get to watch a video, ha ha ha. I get to be mad. I get to cut somebody out. I get to forward it. I get to have conversations. I got 12,700 videos. Watch my video and go have a conversation. You're going to have a different conversation. It's low effort. Homie ain't got no effort at all. He ain't about to sweat at all. Low uncertainty. There is no, oh my God, what's going to happen? You watch your favorite videos over and over and over again. You done seen that shit. You know what's going to happen. You see the creator. You know what they're about to do. They're not that fucking innovative. Once they get their shtick, they do the same thing. They pop up. You know they about to do, oh my goodness, here come Daryl. He over here. How he get them people to do this? And he taking over some news thing. Oh, here she come. She about to let us know what is my information. What the government do now? You know what they about to say? That shit is predictable as hell. That's why I don't follow nobody no more. No discomfort. Ain't discomforted at all. Ain't shit about that discomforted at all. So social media is instant phasic dopamine. Immediately, readily available in a device in your hand, in your pocket or your purse. Growth task is that delayed dopamine. It's that tonic dopamine. It's take a lot. You're working on tonic dopamine, you're going to get a phasic dopamine intermittently. Immediate gratifications equals low quality dopamine. Yes, it's like natural sugar versus added sugar. So the brain chooses easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then justifies it with, wait for it, I don't have time. Regulated brain response is this. A trained brain says, this matters. Schedule it. You just solved Kia's issue initially. Schedule it. Do it now. Procrastination is the enemy. That's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. 5 minutes is enough. Now watch this. I have another video. It's called the 1 minute start rule. And it helps you not to procrastinate. Because what you do is you set a timer for 60 seconds. And then that thing that you don't want to do, you just do it for 60 seconds. That's enough time neurologically for the cortisol to get the fuck out your prefrontal cortex. Amy and Lala to calm down. Your prefrontal cortex to come back online for you to get the thing done that you need done. You can also use the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes at a time with a 5 to 10 minute break. If you have any of the distractive mental illnesses, you do it 10 minutes at a time. 10 minutes and go do something else. 10 minutes and go do something else. 10 minutes and go do something else. And now you're going to get it done. So that's enough time. And start before you're ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's what everybody fucking say. Will Smith said that shit years ago, even though I think it came from Iceberg Slim. People been saying that. Then when the fuck did you get ready? When did the get ready part happen? Not the stay ready part. If you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. You need to flip-flop that. When you get ready, then you can stay ready. You're right, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Does this brain look like it got ready? What day did this brain got ready? What day? When was the got ready part? Because I don't see it. Everybody just throw that shit out there. And they ain't even paid attention that they never got ready first to stay. So you got to get there if you're going to stay there. When was the, I'm getting there. So this is the dorsolateral and the ACC working together in a regulated brain. In a regulated brain, you're going to get shit done. You can stay ready because you got ready. The ACC detects the friction. Hold up. It's a mismatch. I need to do something. Do I have time? Let me see where my time is. Let me look at my schedule. Because regulated brains don't do anything without a why and a strategy. So you just go to what you're currently working on and say, how can I make this fit into my current schedule? My aunt had been saying this since I can remember. She from Texas. There you go. And then the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex overrides avoidance. Overrides it and understands that tonic dopamine trumps phasic dopamine every damn day. Every single day. So the executive, that's executive function. That's actual training. So here is the real leader frame. Here are the principles that connect with a regulated brain. So you're not saying this bullshit right here. Eliminate distractions. That's what Kia is about to do. Delete them fuck. I don't got Facebook no more. Y'all can go see what was there, but I stopped being on Facebook on October 26, 2024. Last time somebody hacked my account, I said, y'all bitches can have that. I'm good. Leave that. That was a sign from the Lord. It was time for me to get off Facebook. That's how I saw that. So eliminate distractions. Do it now because procrastination is the enemy. Stay focused. These are all principles of real leadership that I created. Finish what you start. Finish what you start. Inspect what you expect and grow continually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have time collapses when you take ownership and prioritize. So see how there's a principle of real leadership for every fucking piece of bullshit that people got to say. Everything that the survival brain is saying, I can't do. Hold up. I got a principle for that. I either got a principle for it or a video for it or both. So you don't lack time. We all got 24 hours in a day. And I done showed y'all what's possible with my 119 hours a week in a 168-hour week. You lack neural training and priority management. You got an untrained ass brain trying to do anything other than survive. The brain will always protect comfort. Take that stuff out that brain hand. They gonna fist fight fire to get that shit back from you. Comfort unless you train it to protect growth. Good morning. If you do not train your brain to protect growth, it's going to protect comfort because it's survival mode. So it's like, give me that stuff back. I need all that. Give me my damn Doritos. I need my drink. I need my donuts. Somebody impacted my growth. Gotta go. That's why I don't talk to my immediate family no more. Oh, you trying to stop me from growing? Bye. You can use that. Because right now, you're protecting your comfort. And that's no bueno. And that's no bueno at all. And you don't have to be in survival mode and comfort mode for the rest of your life. Watch history. Go on YouTube and watch some old ass shit from the BC, AC, ADD, you know me, 1, 2, 3. Go watch that. People been peopling the same way the entire time. Ain't nothing changed but the date on the calendar. That's it. Everybody operating the exact same. Don't believe me? Okay, cool. Go look at your photos when you was a little kid. And then go look at elementary school kids. I don't give a right now. Somebody gonna have that photo with these teeth missing and the wrong clothes on with a bad haircut. Like that. It's fair. My daughter watches, now she's been out of high school 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. And we call it the Palo Pout because she went to Palo Verde High School for 1 year. And the kids getting off the bus, walking home, look like her and her peers when they walked on the bus and got home. And the people before her, everybody got the same look. The same shuffle and everything. They just got on pajama pants, hoodies, and fucking bonnets now. But it's the same because history just keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. And so now, before, the little boys used to have the dirt bikes. Now they got these motorized bikes, jumping, doing wheelies, GoPro head, fucking, some of them got helmets on, some of them don't. You're going to lay your bike down. That's what they used to call it when you laid your motorcycle down in Florida. Same thing. Drift cars, drag racing, and now it's drifting instead of drag racing. Same shit. Same shit. It's the exact same thing. We shaved our eyebrows off, and now everybody drawing them on like fucking Groucho Marx. Same thing. This is the beauty standard, but it's the same. He didn't call me. She didn't call me. They didn't call me. I didn't get invited to. It's the same. It is exactly the same. We have not changed. This group don't like that group. This religion is better than that religion. We going to war over this land. It's our land. It's your land. It's my land. Move out the way. It's the same. And everybody is trying to act like it's different. It's not. I'm 52 years old. I said I'm not fucking putting on short shorts, and I'm not wearing them clunky ass shoes from the 90s. The motherfuckers was heavy as hell. I'm not throwing out my back for a look. I'm good. I'm a stiletto is a life heel. I'm cool. I'm on stilettos, flat sandals, or sneakers. I'm not putting them clunky ass shoes back on again. It's not happening. And I got one pair of new Palazzo pants. They work, but I'm not about to be doing that. I got a scar on my stomach now. I can't be putting on all them high-waisted ass pants. Fucking heartburn, perimenopause. I'm too fucking hot. I'll be done sweated that whole outfit out before I got in the car. I'm not putting all that shit back on again. That's just me. But it's coming back. History repeats itself unless you do something different. Unless you do something different, it is going to repeat itself. So for all of you who are here for the first time, go to Instagram. I told all them people to go to Instagram yesterday. Nobody went to Instagram. Go to Instagram and message me so you can start to learn how your brain functions. I'm turning around doctor on Instagram too. I don't give a fuck if you don't have an Instagram account, set one up. I don't care if you ain't been on Instagram and got tumbleweeds. I ain't talking about, hey, hit me up. We're going to do some shit. We're going to do some big shit on the gram. No, the fuck we're not. You're going to be on Instagram for 37 days. You can shut the fucking account down after that. I don't care. What I do care about is you learning how your brain functions so you can be high functioning. I don't have time is because I have things to do for myself growing my brain. I know, Bridget, but when you said it, it gave me an idea because you said it. And then I'm like, yeah, that's what people always fucking say. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. Okay, let's unpack this with some neuroscience. Now the shit sounds stupid. Now it sounds like, ooh, that's what I sound like? Yeah, that's what you sound like. Don't make no sense. The brain can't brain if you over here wanting some manufactured dopamine, some phasic dopamine. I just garbage in, garbage out, eating all that bad food. Of course your brain can't be high functioning. You got a high fructose corn syrup diet. Can I get this graphic from my wall so I can see it when I pick up the remote? Homie, look pitiful. Yes, if you message me on Instagram, Denise, I will send it to you. Yes, ma'am. I will send it to you. Because chat, you're going to have to screenshot it and it's not going to download it. But if you message me on Instagram, it's going to download it. So level 1 starts on Instagram. I'm working for level 0 on TikTok. Just so you can start holding yourself personally accountable. That's what I'm doing. Here's the final thing that I will say before I go and get ready for my YouTube live. I noticed this the other day. As I was now, because when you have a bridge, I didn't know that you had to get these special things to clean the water. Tooth is missing and a pick. So I have an extra 5 minutes to my dental care every time I brush my teeth and floss my teeth. And I'm okay with that. I am. As soon as I get these last 2 crowns, I'm done. So I didn't take care of my teeth, but I am going to take care of these new teeth. And what I realized, and I told Nola this, is I said, things come back in your life if you haven't mastered them. But as soon as you master them, best them, they don't circle back. So for example, I don't have to deal with poor money management ever again. I know how to make a dollar holla. I promise you. Yesterday we got avocado oil because I fried chicken and I can't do seed oil no more. And I almost had a coronary motherfucking infarction. And I'm already paying $20 for olive oil. I was looking at that avocado oil. I said, what in the fuck? Why is it $32? What the fuck? I got to give a lung just so I can fry some chicken. This is insane. I'm in Smith's cussing out the olive oil. I'm like, 32 motherfucking dollars. Perimenopause, damn you, B. Damn you. Damn. But then my amazing prodigy was sitting right next to me. She said, hold up. Because I taught her how to manage money too. I don't like how it tastes, air fryer. So it messed up my recipe. So next to it was 2 smaller bottles. And because I taught her what my aunt taught me when I went to the grocery store with her, my mom was in drug rehab. She said, wait a minute, that's 64 ounces. And she said, these 2 are 34 ounces. And they were on sale. So it was a little bit of a difference, but the price was way less. Yes. So we ended up, yes, the per ounce math. So we ended up getting the 2 smaller bottles because I was like, I ain't never even fried chicken in avocado oil. I don't even know. And I know Daisy said that olive oil yields. I said, this motherfucker better yield like a motherfucker for fucking $32. I need a whole bunch of yielding. So anyway, I'm like, I don't even know if this is going to work. So we buy the 2 little bottles, ended up only needing 1 bottle. Everything worked out. But I don't have to have that lesson and she don't have to have that lesson. So we're both in the grocery store saying, wait a minute, this is the better deal. Go ahead and get this one. So I don't have to have those lessons and plenty other lessons I don't have to have. But I got the teeth lesson now because my teeth were never right. Even from a child, it wasn't, the dentist wasn't like, okay, this is how you floss because my teeth are so tight, so big ass chiclet teeth. It's hard to get in the back because my fucking high cheekbones. So that's part of the reason why I had cavities in the back because I couldn't floss and they so tight together. So part of it was just how my face and my teeth and my jaws are made. So now I'm back there doing everything that I need to do. And now they're whiter. I got pictures from the 90s. My teeth yellow as hell. My teeth are whiter now and I don't use whitening. And no strips or nothing. I just swish it with some peroxide, some Sensitive whitening toothpaste because my teeth are sensitive because I done fucked them up. And that's it. So even the dental hygienist was like, you got your teeth bleached? I was like, no. She's like, why are they? I'm like, this is what I do. So a little cap full of peroxide, spit it back out. It works. So anyway, what I discovered was that you have to keep repeating the things that you haven't mastered. So they show up in your life the first time for you to be the best at them. And if you master it, it doesn't come back. So my teeth are coming back because in my teens, I was eating everything that had sugar in it. I should have just took the sugar and just and ate it. Sugar, 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 sugar. And then I stopped, but the damage was done. Now I'm undoing that damage. So what happens is when you don't have time to do your growth opportunities, they just keep showing back up with the new growth opportunities. So it's compounded growth opportunity interest. So if you didn't learn how to manage your money correctly, not this financial literacy, I don't like that because it's people who are literate but can't have good reading comprehension. So that's not enough. You could read something, but you read something high and complex, and now you're like, well, I don't know what the fuck this said. So it's comprehension. So just because you ain't broke and you got a 712 credit score doesn't mean that you have financial literacy. Doesn't mean that you understand how the global economy works. So that's not the same thing. So you get that, and now you didn't get it. And then you didn't get eating properly. And then you didn't get how to keep your house clean. And then you didn't get work ethic. And then you didn't get communicate effectively, handle conflict when it occurs, how to have interpersonal relationships, how to be neural clear. You got a low level of emotional baseline because you're SGACC. You got a couple of salts and some other stuff that start happening to you and you didn't unpack that. And then here I come saying, name your brain. You can't do it because of all the shit you avoided. So that's why when people ask me how long is it going to take, how much avoidance did you avoid? What did you avoid? Getting up late, running out the door like Dagwood off of Blondie. If you did that, you got a lot of shit to unfuck. That's what you got tangled up. Christmas tree lights is your brain. Them neural pathways ain't wired to shit. And that's on you. And I know you didn't know what you didn't know, but those growth opportunities still came to you and you didn't do anything about it. Nola is just now being an effective communicator. And when she was in the 8th grade, I said, you need to learn how to effectively communicate. And she phoned it in. From the time she was 13, and now she's 23, and now she got to be an effective communicator. Compounded interest over 10 years. And every time she don't communicate effectively, I remind her, I told your ass you need to start doing this in 8th grade with one shit going on. I told you was going to need this. And now you're going to do it, and I don't give a fuck if it's straining your brain, because when it wasn't going to be a brain strain, you didn't do it. Yes. Blondie! Every day, running out the door, fucking hitting the mailman on the way out. So y'all got to look it up if you don't know what that is. Just just Google Dagwood running out the door, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. I had to show Nola. That's why I know it's on YouTube. So anyway, the point is, you got all this shit that you avoided. And now here I am saying you got an untrained brain and you got to do this neural work. Okay. Jared had a bunch of stuff he avoided, and now he is on track doing his thing, his thug thizzle for shizzle, my nizzle. He is doing his doggone thing. Because you got to be honest, which is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. And you got to say, damn, I've been chilling. Lazy J over here kicking it. Vominos, Lazy J got to go. Jared is that leader, right? Jay the finisher. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, what I'm saying sound hard because you ain't did shit. If we ask this person to get up and go in the kitchen and get some water, do they want to get up and go in the kitchen and get some water? No. But if they'll take their ass to the motherfucking door and pick up the DoorDash. Yeah, I gotta go to the door to get my dog on DoorDash. Gotta walk past the kitchen to get to the door. Can't get the water, but could go get the damn DoorDash with the fucking McDonald's in the bag and formaldehyde French fries. You can do that. You can do that. And then this person ends up with all kind of health problems. And now everybody got to go. They on the sick and shut-in prayer list. And everybody got to go to the hospital and see how they doing. And well, you know, James going to lose his foot. James ought to lose his fucking foot. I told James to put them damn Skittles down in 1997. Now we all sad. He hobbling around and we got to help his ass. Didn't nobody slap them motherfucking Skittles out of his hands and say, get that shit out of here. Here go a piece of fruit. El tiene mi habla español. Yes, ma'am. You are speaking Spanish as well. What day are you on the Duolingo, Bridget? I have not asked, and you have not updated us on your Duolingo streak. This is reminding me. You have to speak Spanish. Yes, ma'am. So the point is, you got all these receipts showing up. And it comes back with way more momentum. And that's why Nola had to spend 5 years in business doing what? Communicating. Written, verbal, and physical, and technical. Typing. She can give people the instructions on how to download the TaskRabbit app and all this other stuff now. She didn't know how to do none of that shit 5 years ago. Because of her shit. Send emails and all kind of shit. Well, she could send the emails, but she couldn't do anything else. 49. Congratulations. So the point is this, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm saying sounds hard and friction, but how long you been looking like this? That's why you can't go to Instagram and not ought to get his foot cut off. Yes, muy bien, Bridget. So that's what everybody's saying. But did nobody stop? Well, he loved them goldfish. So not them goldfish, them Swedish fish. So we bought him 2 gallons of Swedish fish for his birthday. Why? That's why you show up at the hospital, because you're guilty. So now you're like, well, we're going to do something. We're going to be here for you. We're going to help you up the stairs at your house. No, you can't say that? Okay, cool. Got it. Roger that. Okay, cool. The point is, what I'm saying sounds extremely challenging and extremely difficult because you ain't used to doing shit. So if you ain't used to doing anything, standing up gonna seem hard. I say go over to Instagram so you can get your shit right. No, but see, what I want is, I just want a program to be on time. It's not enough. You need a whole brain to function in your whole life. Too much instant gratification is deadly. It is. That's why I'm going to have this 8-day neural pathway on TikTok, just so you can start learning how to hold yourself personally accountable. And it's going to be middle. It's not going to be simple, but it's going to be sitting in the middle so you can see where you are. Because what's happening for me is I'm a mirror. You got these mirror neurons in your brain. And I'm a mirror and I'm showing you who you is. That's why I got selected by higher power God and universe, because I'm an everyday person. See, somebody else would let you get away with shit. Like, I know you came from an impoverished neighborhood. I don't give a fuck about your impoverished neighborhood. I was in a poor neighborhood too. The fuck that got to do with today? You don't live there no more. Well, my daddy didn't love me. You can use all that shit with a motherfucker that's not from the hood. That shit don't work on me. And then the middle class people, well, see, you don't understand. There's a lot of pressure. I went to Cass. I know about pressure. I went to school with y'all. I know about pressure. Well, I was the only one in the room. Me too, damn it. Me too. I've been essayed. Okay, me too. Now what? You don't understand. My mother didn't love me. I'm named after my mama and she ain't love me enough. The fuck? Now what? What you gonna say? Nothing. And you know what? While all that was going on, excellence was going on for me. Yes. So what you can't do is pull that shit on me. You can't do it. Because I got a story too. If we're going to trauma bond, I'm probably going to trump your trauma. I probably am. We're going to be right there. But I'm like, but wait. There's more to the story. You understand? My husband cheated on me. Let me tell you how bad my husband cheated on me. Did you have to sell your house to get out of divorce debt and move back in with your pervert stepfather and mother to Detroit from sunny Orlando, Florida? Did you have union people threatening your life to go to work to put some stupid ass chips on the truck? Did you? Did your cousin and your boyfriend kiss each other and blame you because you was at work and they was bored, talking about they was missing you? The fuck? I got story on story. And guess what? I'm still like that. I'm still the baddest motherfucker walking the face of the planet Earth. Because why? I got 86 billion neurons and neuroclarity. That's why it's me and not somebody else. So you can't pull that shit on nobody. I done been in the car and they told me they're going to go hit. Nah, I'm out. Y'all go ahead. I'm good. Nah, I'm not. Give a square ass. Yep, my square ass with a clean record. Yep. Felony free. That's me, Dr. D. That is me. Yes, I am L7. 86 billion neurons activated. And you see me, and then you like, yeah, well, it must be something else. It's not. It's not. I actually had to teach myself how to read. All that stuff. No silver spoon. No none of that. The cut for real. For sure. Until your cousin steal your Christmas card with $75 in it from your grandmother on Christmas Day, you have not lived in the hood. In the trap. Took your money. Sure did. Left it on the couch. What we have to do when they show up, hide your purse. Everybody got a couple family members like that. I do too. That part. So you can't pull one over on me. And that's the reason why when it's time to go to Instagram to get the fucking work done, you can't. Because you like, she ain't no joke. And she demands excellence. And she got some empathy a little bit until you start making excuses. Until you not doing the fucking work, then I don't really care. Because you've been not doing the work your whole fucking life. When you going to start putting in some excellence? When you going to start putting in some excellence? And I'm going to use this term briefly. This black excellence that y'all keep talking about. That is a figment of your motherfucking imagination. What is that? Exactly. Where is it at? I'm live every day. No, what you got to do is go to Instagram and start your own neural reps. That's what you got to do. If you're going to do something, go register for your 7-day free trial. Because it's not. It's not. Where's it at? If it's so excellent, why we ain't excellent? Just message me on Instagram. Don't push no buttons or nothing. Just message me on Instagram. Where's it at? Turn around, doctor. Where's it at? And I've asked this question and I haven't asked it in a while. Where's it at? Black excellence. And if there are Europeans on here, I didn't make the term up. I don't understand it. I'm asking a question. Where is it? What is it and where is it? I got it. Thank you, Bridget. No, nobody. Is this thing on? What is it and where is it? That's the question. Hey, there's the rub. What is it? No, I'm African American. I'm African American. I'm African American, 36% Nigerian. I'm Levi Thomas' great granddaughter. That's what I am. I never understood it. Never used it, never understood it. People said it to me, I corrected them. I'm not quite sure where it came from. And I don't know what it is, but it's just excellence. It's just excellence. That's all. It's just excellence. It's excellence. And I've said this before. People used to tell me you could be a women's owned disadvantaged veterans business. You should certify for all of that. So you could get these grants and this government funding. That's what they told me to do. I never did it. Why? Because what that says in my brain is inferior. Black woman, inferior. Veteran, inferior. Disabled veteran, inferior. That says whatever I have is inferior and I deserve some extra credit because I'm inferior when I'm superior. I am the standard by which excellence is measured. When I walk in, it's excellence. Anybody got a problem with excellence? You don't see European owned, advantaged, privileged. You don't see that. So why would you subject yourself to inferiority? Well, we got to help you out. You ain't got to help me with shit. I don't even find, James Brown said, open the door, I'll let myself in. I'll fucking find the door. I'm not asking for permission or approval. I'm excellence in everything that I do. So now y'all over here like, oh shit. Oh shit. Inferior. Go ahead and apply for this. I ain't applying for shit. Who the baddest mofo in the room? Ken over there? I see you in a year, Ken. I'm taking your spot. No, I'll be back with receipts. That part. I don't really care who's in the number one spot. If I'm competing, I'm gonna win. I told y'all the week that I decided that I was gonna be number one in Duolingo in the Diamond League, I did a test run the week before, and then that next week I did it. And there was a lady from France. I played with her from Monday through Wednesday, and she thought she was in the lead. And she woke up on Sunday morning, and I had 9,000 more XP than her on Sunday. There was no way if she did Duolingo the entire day, she was not going to catch me. And I took a screenshot of it. I finished first in the Diamond League, and I beat her by 9,000 XP. I got 23,000 XP that week. And anybody that does Duolingo, that's the shit. Because it's excellence over here. And that's the whole point, is that excellence bypasses everything else. It's excellent. It's excellent. That's why I took my account private. People are like, why are your account? I accomplished what I needed to accomplish. If you're number one in the Diamond League, you're done. You don't need to stay on there and keep competing for what? I didn't need to keep rinsing and repeating. I did it. I set a goal. That week I made it. 23,000 XP. Beat the next person in second by 9,000 XP. What did I have left to prove? For what? I mastered it. And that's what I'm saying. Master it and move on. I don't have to go back. I mastered it. Now, Duolingo is linked to LinkedIn. I got a 26 on my Spanish and a 21 on my German. Because of the orthographic processing center in my brain, my phonics is still off. Once I teach myself one foreign language, I'm going to be able to learn all of them. But right now, it's about maintaining my streak. No matter what's happening, I'm still doing Duolingo every day. I haven't stopped. 3,000 and some change. What am I at? 3,000. I can't remember. 3,344 days or something like that. That's excellence. So when you start watering it down, where did that come from? Watering it down. It's in the daily. I know I'm African American. I know I got my lineage. I got my ancestry. I'm Levi Thomas' great-granddaughter. I know who I am. It's very clear. I tell people I'm from Detroit, Glendale, between 12 and 14, 2024 Glendale, cross streets, Linwood and Woodrow Wilson. I'm not confused about where I'm from. I'm not confused about any of it. And I'm saying, what the fuck that got to do with me being a bad motherfucker? I didn't choose my parents. I didn't choose where I was born. I didn't choose where they lived. But since I had a choice, it's been excellent. I'm choosing excellence in every motherfucking thing that I do. I've been studying the brain this month, 16 months. That's all. 16 months. And this is how much I know about the brain. In 16 months, while I'm still raising my adult child, helping her, and still producing content, still reading books and doing everything else, I done threw some neuroscience on top of that. Because I'm like that. This is what excellence looks like. It looks good on everybody. You know how they say you look good in black? You look good in excellence. Period. Ain't no color in front of it. It's just excellence. Moonshine is 200 proof. Ain't nobody like, well, is that white moonshine? Is that yellow moonshine? They're like, nah, you want to get right. Here you go. It is what it is. Ain't nobody like, ooh, chinchilla. I don't really know about that. A phantom pulls up and everybody says that's excellence. You like, whew, look at that trophy on wheels. That's amazing. It looks good on everybody. Stop watering it down. Watering it down says, well, I'm in business. I'm a woman-owned business. I am the business. I'm over here veteran-owned. I tell people I'm a veteran. I'm disabled. I get it. I understand that. But I'm not leading with that for what? Because now you're like, oh, this is inferior. This is not. No, it ain't. Well, in spite of your disabilities, you are. No, it ain't in spite of shit. That's just part of who I'm bringing it all with me. And excellence is here first. And then the rest of that is back there. Because you have been trained from a survival perspective to lead with that. Why? I told y'all the other day, I told my daughter, don't mention them fucking mental illnesses no more. That shit is done. This excellence. And nobody's like, if you don't shut the fuck up with that bullshit. We fixed them already. They're finished. They're wired out. We pruned the bad and kept the good. Don't bring that shit up no more because it ain't even fucking true. You just mythologize it. Excellence gets everybody with some fucking excuses. Everybody got excuses when it's time to be excellent. Why? I just don't have time for that. Because you don't have the cognition. But when you going to get the cognition? What you going to do to get the cognition? To be able to use your brain. Right. Exactly. And if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. It won't matter. But what you doing while you here? Got more hours in front of the TV than in front of a damn book. I said it. Know every fucking show on every streaming platform and ain't read 10 books in your whole damn life. And 2 include green eggs and ham. So no, it ain't excellent. You over here using all that bullshit. And this is the final thing I'm going to say and then I'm going to go. I saw that stupid ass video of the man sitting around that motherfucking table with Clifton Powell's ass and the people from the Chi on it. And it's motherfucking talking. And now I'm talking to African American men. Shut the fuck up and do something. The fuck y'all do is talk. And I ain't talking to Jared. And I ain't talking to doggone Desmond. They had a really good talk. And then what? It wasn't a fucking facilitator. That wasn't no meeting. Who was taking notes? Who was taking notes? If you having a real meeting, you got to have a facilitator with a flip chart or a fucking tablet or something. Who took notes? Where was the action items? Where was the action items? And why was the topic African American women? The fuck do y'all know about being an African American woman? Y'all wasn't even talking about y'all. The topic should have been y'all. We should have never been in the topic. I'm like, how the fuck we catching strays? Who signed up for this meeting? Why they getting off of buses? Because they pushed the shit through to my TikTok. I was like, what the fuck is this? So then I went to YouTube to get the whole, I said, and they really said something. They just talked and they've been talking. They got podcasts, radio shows, and everything else. It's Bridget, just do Clifton Powell roundtable on YouTube and you're going to see it. A bunch of y'all ain't seen. Okay, now I got to get to YouTube. There is a roundtable of famous African American men sitting around a round table talking about African American women and love and all this other shit and how hard it is to be an African American man. And it's on. They pushed it all the way through my TikTok. And I kept seeing clips of it, even though I'm saying not interested. So I said, what the fuck is this? I went to YouTube, scrolled through it, and I said, here we go again with some more talking. Some more talking. And people say, this is good. This is good. It ain't good. Talking, don't talk about it, be about it. That's what we used to say in the hood. Talking in 2026. That ain't excellent. And I started to say, this is an untrained brain. And this is stupid. And then the inhibition control in my brain says, stop. Don't do that. Just let it go. But I'm on my platform right now and I'm going to say something. It was dumb. It was unproductive. If you're going to have a meeting of the minds to actually start to take action, somebody got to take notes. Somebody got to assign action items. And then you got to follow back up with something. We y'all gonna follow back up with another motherfucking meeting? What was it for? If not to gain information, to do something. What was the plan? What was the plan? What was the plan? Other than that. And then to talk. So that's why I don't participate. I don't engage, because the stabilizer in me wanted to fix that situation, but I'm the standard by which excellence is measured. So I'm going to just say this is the standard. Just do this. And then you won't be doing that, because you'll be doing this. Fix you first. It fixes a lot. Fix you first. Commiserating was the plan. Okay, well, it was a dumbass plan. There's a perfect example of a dumbass decision and a dumbass plan. It was a perfect example of it. A perfect example of what not to do. So here's what I'm saying instead. Here's what I propose to the adult population globally. Learn how your brain functions so you can become high functioning. And then we'll revisit to see if any of these things are still necessary. They won't be. Trust me. They will not be, because all of that will be resolved because people will know how their brain functions and how they function. So they won't be hurting people, harming people, doing dumb shit, saying they don't have time or any of that. They won't be doing that. You know what they'll be doing? They will actually be high functioning adults with a neutral SGACC emotional baseline. So they're going to be doing extraordinary shit, like finding cures for incurable things, like getting along with each other, like being who they are, came here to be. That's what's going to happen. That's why I'm not paying attention to that. So if you're here and you say, well, why is she not mentioning this? And why is she not mentioning that? Because it is the direct result of untrained brains, survival brains, attempting to stay in today and survive today. And that's not enough. That worked when we lived in caves. That worked thousands and hundreds and gazillions of years ago. It no longer works today. So that's why people are rinsing and repeating, because they don't know what to do neurologically. And I know that I'm 5 minutes up before I know I got it. I'm about to go, but I needed to say that on my own platform. This video will end up on YouTube, and I hope somebody sees it. And I hope no one has the unmitigated gall to try to come for me in the comments, because that would not bode well for you, sweetheart. Don't let this doggone Egyptian wig fool you. Okay? That would not go well for you. So keep your thumbs, put them back in your pocket. Don't exert no inhibition or control. Use your disinhibition effect. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Just move along. I will be live in about 4 minutes. I gotta pee. And the topic for today is talking about can is possible language. So thank you for your time, and thank you for your commitment. For those of you who actually have the ability to say, I don't want to be this no more, you can go to Instagram, turn around doctor, message me, and you can start your neural reps today, so you won't be 69 years old sitting around a round table sounding like a complete idiot. And that's all that I have to say. You all have a great rest of your day. Adios.